This is Ben Carper, candidate for the South Carolina State Senate in District 6. This is the Senate seat that Dwight Loftus is retiring from. If you are tired of the swamp in Columbia, stop sending the same people down there. The last time I spoke to you a week ago, I pointed out that the voices of the citizens in the state of South Carolina and the voices of the citizens in Senate District 6 are being heard in the swamp in Columbia. And I identified last time I was with you that the South Carolina Senate Republican Caucus had spent $5,000 and had done a mail-out supporting my opponent for an open seat. They are attempting to put their thumb on the scale in this race. Your voices are being heard. It's interesting, on yesterday, which would have been April the 24th, I was monitoring the South Carolina State Senate, and an amendment was made by Senators Kimbrell, Garrett, and Rice. Senator Rice is a neighboring Senate district in the district that I am running in. Proposed the following amendment concerning the county libraries, and it was adopted. Let me read to you the bill. Amend the bill as, and if amended, Part 1B, Section 27, State Library, page 361, Proviso 27.1, line 6, by inserting a sentence at the end to read, prior to receiving any of these funds, county libraries must certify to the state library that their county libraries do not offer any books or materials that appeal to the prurient interest of children under the age of 17 in children's, youth, or teen book sections of libraries, and are only made available with explicit parental consent. Remember the sections to confirm and amend the sections total and title to confirm. Senator Kimbrell explained the amendment. There was a point of order. Senator Matthews raised a point of order under Rule 24A that the amendment was out of order inasmuch as it was not germane to the bill. Senator Kimbrell spoke on the point of order. The president overruled, which would be Senator Alexander, overruled the point of order. The question then was the adoption of the amendment. Senator Devine, who is from Charleston, moved to lay the amendment on the table. In other words, to kill the amendment. The yeas and nays were demanded and taken, resulting as follows. These 6 senators, there were 9 in total, but I have 6 of their names here, voted to kill this amendment. Senator Allen, Senator Harpootlian, Senator Sabb, Senator Devine, Senator Matthews, Senator Stevens, Senator Fanning, Senator McLeod, and Senator Tedder. And of course this amendment was passed. Now, if I am elected, I will push back, just like these 3 senators, Kimbrell, Garrett, and Rice, have pushed back against the library system, which is, all of this has come down from the National Library Association, to put explicit pornographic books and make them available to children in our library system. I know what I'm talking about. I have seen the books. I wish I had not, but I have seen the books, and they are terrible. There's not anything like any material that I would have seen 45 years ago as a teenager. And I would have been a co-sponsor on this amendment. And if I'm elected as a conservative, a constitutional conservative, and a born-again Christian, I don't want my grandchildren having access to this material. I don't want my young children having access to this material. And I resent the over-sexualization of our children that is going on. Why would anybody including the National Library Association, want to rob our children of their innocence. There'll be time for that later in the course of their life. Let our children be children. And while they're in school, especially kindergarten, first, second, third grade, they're not there to be sexualized or to have transgender ideology forced on them. They're not there to see, to attend the drag queen story hour at the library. They are there to learn how to read, how to write, and how to do arithmetic. They are there to be educated in the basics and the fundamentals of education so that they can grow up and be functioning adults in society. They are not there to be indoctrinated. They are there to be educated. And when the school system becomes a means of indoctrination rather than a means of education, then we have a problem. And we do have a problem in the state of South Carolina. I'm asking for your vote. I pledge to you that I will stand against this. I'm not certain that either one of my opponents in this primary race can or would be willing to support this amendment. I think that's one of the reasons that that money was spent against me by the Republican caucus, the swamp in Columbia, to try to keep me from getting there. But if you will vote for me and stand with me, and we win this primary on June the 11th, then you will send me to Columbia as your representative, as your senator, and as your voice. And I pledge my allegiance to you, and I pledge that I will protect the children from these evil forces that are trying to permeate their minds at a young age. May the Lord richly bless you. This is Ben Carper, candidate for South Carolina Senate District 6. I ask for your vote on June the 11th. May the Lord bless you in a definite way.